we're supposed to have one personality living with us, and that is a positive side of personality. If you're anywhere else, you can be a problem at any given time, sharp, dull, whatever. You can be a problem. And again, there is no harm on my truck in a while. But every once in a while, I will still get on the road because somebody going to pick me up and say, well, you know, we go here, we go there, and, you know. And I've seen for myself, there is a police officer, a woman. Imagine that I've seen it about twice, so I can relate to it. You are driving up or down the road, Brother Hammer, and there's some officers stopping vehicles, right? And this officer, she ain't carrying no pen, because I watched myself when they pass, and every officer got a pen and a little book in his hand.
No pen.
And this woman need a pen, nor a book. And she's spending most of her time with her hands in her pocket. You cannot be on the street saying that you stopping vehicles and whether you're searching them or you're just questioning the drivers, whatever the case may be, and your hands is in your pocket. And if something happened that you're supposed to take a note of, you don't have a pen, you don't have a notebook, that officer need to be added. I mean, for me, you're going home. I don't know what the system who got you working with them doing, but for me, the three of you fellas, home with speed, because I'll tell you something, this rest of man don't play when they come to these things, you know. It doesn't matter who you are. I ain't gonna sympathize with you because I may be your friend. I ain't gonna sympathize with you because I may be your enemy and nothing. I am not compromising facts, not the truth. I ain't into that with nobody. And there's too much of that going on in Anguilla. Another thing, Brother Hammer, I mean, the traffic department, I got a loophole, fix that. I shouldn't call the word. Fix that, whatever the word, that it. Fix it, fix it, fix it. I shouldn't be coming here joking out my stomach over the same thing every week, and no results. I can tell you guys something. I could stop speaking about it, you know. But it wouldn't be fair to the people out there who need to hear. But I could go home, I could stop, I could stop coming on a radio station, but being on a radio station ain't about me. Being on a radio station is about people. Being on a radio station is about me protecting innocent people. I don't give a whatever the war should be about guilty and all. As long as you're guilty, as in guilty, not suspect to be guilty. As long as you are guilty, I ain't compromising with you. I ain't asking to save no time for you. Because whatever the case may be, you're going to get it blunt. Because I'll tell you something, Brother Hammer. You know what is a major problem here on the planet, but I'm talking about Anguilla? Not fixing things in time. We allow things to drag, and then it become a reality that we don't care about changing. We don't change nothing. It's affecting us, but it's okay. It's affecting us today, it's okay. Tomorrow, it's okay. And after a while, man, I've been doing that to be so long, we ain't worrying about it no more. So how are we going to get by now? When we don't reflect, when we don't go back and check things that make sense, things that don't make sense, and try to sift them out and take the sense from the nonsense and toss the nonsense over corridor or wherever you're living in a dump somewhere, and take the sense and make more sense from the sense. How come we can't do things? And these things are simple. Very, very simple. I don't want to come back here and talk about the police again when it comes to the traffic department. No, otherwise than that, Brother Emma, there's a couple of officers here, these guys, and tell the truth, you know. They love Anguilla. Some of them are angry with what's going on in Angola because it's affecting them too. Some of them have homes here, some of them have, you know, families and stuff. And these guys are very polite Anguillians. They are very polite. If they hadn't been polite, I wouldn't come here and say it. There are some officers here, they are good people. They are good people. They are here not just to work when they mount up, grab money. They are here, they're out there, they are protecting. You know what I saw some time ago, Brother Hammer? A couple of police officers on the road shoveling up cement that come out of a cement truck. Imagine that. That's to show you how well these fellas, how they see Anguilla as their own. You know what I told a guy already? I said, man, you so cool, you know, you're something. I will give you the green light if you could find your navel string, dig it up and bring it here and bury it in Anguilla. I'll give you the green light. You know what I mean? Them kind of attitudes is the kind of attitudes you want around you. There's some foreign attitudes here. Every foreign man here that is negative, he need to go home, she need to go home. I don't need them kind of attitudes in Anguilla. If you're positive, you can live in Anguilla till your beards touch your toes and you have to go by the barber shop every mountain to get them cut. I don't have a problem with you. Because for me, you are like one of us. You come here, you live among us, you respect us, you buy property, you build homes, you find out whether you bring a girlfriend from whatever island you're from or you find a girlfriend here, you get married, you make sure you send them to school, you're spending money here and you're living here and enjoying yourself, and nobody here going to upset you as long as you're doing that, unless there's a fool in the pack. The negative people from overseas, that is Angola, you all need to go back home. You all could not be here under Rasta, because to protect is to go to the extreme to protect. There's no more compromising protection these times. That compromising protection is bull it, whatever the word should be.
Bull spit?
Yes.
Aye, aye.
That's what it is. That kind of protection. So we need to get rid of all of that. Every foreign man here in Angola that ain't respect us, that ain't here working with us, working for us, working as a team with us, they need to go because they have other views. And the views is not to protect Angola. You can't be a police officer in Angola and you go in and you out there checking vehicles. You don't have a notebook. You don't have a pen. Your hands in your pocket. Other fellas then driving up down like lunatics and nobody's saying nothing. Nobody ain't saying, look now, we restricting you from this area. You can listen. Tell these guys don't touch none of these police vehicles. That's what you should be telling them. If you cannot discipline yourself driving these vehicles, do not touch it. And every time these fellas go out with a vehicle, before them leave the yard, have somebody examine it. And as soon as they get there, before somebody else touch it, examine it again. Because these fellas, they're reckless. And if they bruise up something, they can come back and they can park it up.
Yeah, park it up
and then hope that somebody else go to get the blame. So whenever these guys go with a recklessness and then come back, have somebody to check these vehicles before leaving the yard and when they return. That's the only way now the other officer could sit in that vehicle and feel comfortable that he wouldn't be blamed when he come back in something being cited on the vehicle that wasn't cited before. We need to do the right thing to get the best things done. But I can stop with that little piece there. No, we have a problem. I'm hearing some confusing talks about the place.
A lot of talk, not some.
Okay.
A lot of confusion, brother.
No. It is too much of politics, Brother Hammer.
A lot of confusion, bro.
It is too much of politics. You know what I'm going to do this morning as I plan? I'm going to go back 61 years ago.
Oh, man. You're going right back.
Because these fellas who on the scene right now talking and because them supporting this or them supporting that, them making them conversation, all kind of different things. And this, I don't support nobody. I support facts. That's what I support. So no mankind on this planet I look up to. You understand? I don't look up to no mankind in the sense that he got to tell me what to do, and I have to be with he, whether he raw, roast, or boil. I ain't in there with nobody.
I hear you, brother.
I go eat to the table next to you, and then if you get on sugar, I get up and toss up the whole table right there. Right there and then. I ain't going to come back. I can toss it up right there and then. So don't be foolish around me, because I can stop you quick. 61 years ago, Brother Hammer, thereabout, we started this conversation. I mean, I wasn't a part of that particular conversation, but we started a conversation as Anguillians about getting free from St. Kitts. It took us maybe, somebody could correct me, but I say somewhere in the range of 2 years of planning. That would have been in 65. 67, we kick up a storm, we started doing things, okay? 67, when the revolution started, there were people here in Anguilla who was bratchers. There were people here in Anguilla who were sending out secret messages to Bratcher.
Wow.
There were people here who who leave Anguilla because they wasn't supporting the revolution, and they went to sink it as if they were taking cover. Now I show you here, Brother Rugby, some time ago speaking about the Waspai being in Bastion who was on board.
Yeah.
And that was during the revolution. No, Brother Rugby, thank you, my brother, for that little piece of information, because that helped to make my story this morning bigger and better. You understand where I'm coming from? Now, after a bit, when things started like bubble down a little, those same people come back. And that same man that was on the Waspai, he came back to Anguilla, and he become what?
Right, Chief Minister of Anguilla.
Chief Minister of Anguilla. And we had two parties that we still have. The hat and the hand.
Legacy parties.
No matter what names you see up there, it is the hat and the hand still. The hat is the revolution. The hand is who reject the revolution. They didn't want to be a part of it. But those are the people that run Anguilla for almost 33 years. So imagine you got the enemies of our revolution, no matter where you are on this planet, running your land for 29 years, and that good for you? Every one of the people that was in revolution, Brother Hammer, you don't hear them name called when this party in power. No, this ain't no politics, This is reality. This is facts. Those are the people that reject the people for the revolution. They reject us. They reject us. You understand? Mr. Gomes had Anguilla for 13 years. He spoke about high-end tourism. That high-end tourism wasn't for Anguilla. That was for somebody else. Because if you want to talk about high-end tourism in your land, you have to make sure that your people and your entities going to own these rooms in order for your land to develop. But we don't own nothing, and we still bring in oppressors, because a real developer ain't coming to Anguilla, No, not a man that fear God. Any developer that fear God, he will never come to Anguilla to do a business. So all of them when you see coming in, you know what they're going to be.
Oppressors?
Oppressors. Oppressors. All of them is oppressors. A man that fear God, he ain't going to come to bribe you. He ain't going to come to give you things so he could blackmail you later. He ain't going to give you this phone because later he could come in your house and take up your radio. You understand where I'm coming from? An oppressor does put things under the table. And you're so dumb now. You say we're in school. You're a this, you're a that, you're the next. The oppressor's putting things in your hand in order that he can blackmail you later in whatever angle he would love to do it in. And that's what we've been facing for decades and decades. That's why I say, it's only Rasta was going to have Anguilla running different, It's only Rasta. So when you hear him talking about, look at your brother Amon. Ronald Webster, he was refused a holiday for his body.
Over the years, yeah.
By the hand.
By the hand, do it?
Yes. Who gave Ronald Webster a holiday? Hubert Hughes and Brother Eddie from Dung Standing Ground. Thank you, Brother Eddie. And I want to thank Brother Smith while I'm here too, because if it wasn't true, Brother Smith is signing this Social Security thing, that wasn't happening. They don't even call Brother Smith a name. Rejection. Reject Brother Smithy. And they're going to tell me that as good people. The hand is still in power.
Still?
The hand is England government in Anguilla, because I'll tell you something, England have to choose somebody. In England, they're going to choose the hat, because the hat was one of the reps of the rebel. The hat is the team of people in Anguilla that was invaded by England. To us, we, the people of the revolution, who they came here for, And,
but Hubert Hughes was a well-known fact, though. He was against revolution as well. He was a Bratcher,
Of course,
he was a Bratcher too.
He was a Bratcher too.
Showing
I ain't afraid to say that neither, because they were going to come up too. Because I'm going to tell everybody that he do his share of drunkenness too, and at the same time, after doing his share of drunkenness, something happened down the line after where he reflect, and he shift his carcass, because after a while he was all out for Anguilla.
He been hard for Anguilla there.
after a while. But the others remain against us up to now.
So even you have youngsters now in government today who just born really some time ago there in the 80s and then 90s. So those guys are also part of the failure too, the oppressors too.
I will tell you where they fail.
Where they fail.
Every man on this island who says he or she's a politician and involved with politics, right? That used to be supporting the hat. Their families support the hat. A lot of these fellas, you know what they do? They turn worthless against their own people too. Some of us in the grave. Because, say for instance, when Brother Cardigan used to be coming up with the lady, a wonderful lady, Brother Hammer. I don't know whether she was his grandmother or his aunt, great aunt, whatever the case may be, but a family member. He would have been about 5 or 6 years old.
Okade?
Yeah. And who those people was backing? The hat.
Webster back in the day, I know. I heard about it. West End people.
Good. They were back in the hat. So he grew up to be a man, not to become a Judas. Because he was back in the hat even though he didn't know. Because he was going with his grandmother or his great aunt, wherever these actions was. He was back in the hat even though he might have not known who he was supporting. But look what he gone and do now. He joined the enemy now.
But Soul Brother too. Soul Brother also changed in the end. Soul Brother also changed in the end.
You see?
Soul Brother became one of the flag bearers for the Anglo at the front in the end.
You see?
After serving for many years with
see?
Hughes.
Forsake the people of the revolution. I'm afraid to say, Brother Hammer, to could be my father, to could be my mother, I can drop the bomb. Those are people that helped to fail us. All of them that was with us in Ghana. Brother Hammer, you sail in the same boat too, Brother Hammer. Because you switch your coins too. You forget now that the hat was supposed to be there. Right now.
For me, it's not party. For me, it's personality. For me,
personality. But I'm going to tell you something, right?
Who you are, and what you're doing, and what you look like, really and truly. That's what for me. It's no party for me.
But
who can do the job.
It ain't no party for me. And I said it with a meaning, a real meaning, because the meaning to what I'm saying is that if I'm supporting a party, and that party do something that I don't like, you think I would just, because of that one thing, I would get that frustrated enough to say the hell with the party? That party will have to do a lot of things for me to start pointing my finger after them. There are people here, Mr. Ellis, he make a move that people didn't like. I don't know exactly right now what I really like or what I don't like. You understand? But anyhow, whatever move he make, whatever was big or small, whoever went against him, they went against the hat too. They went against the hat too. Now, you're a politician. If you do something, you're going ahead doing good things. You know, you do something that I don't like. You think that I'm supposed to just jump up and just condemn you for that one thing, and then go right back now and put the enemy back in power. You understand where I come from? You see what them do us with National Heroes Day? What happened? What them do? You hear ping pong knocking everywhere? I will bet you if the hand was in power.
Oh, the APM in power? The hat?
If the hat was in power, I ain't gonna call no other name. If the hat was in power, Brother Hammer, we'd have had a great fiesta going on. You understand where I'm coming from? And this is what the problem with this money business now, with who getting this and who getting that and who getting the next. The another thing is that if Mr. Webster was the one who put these things together, this petition or whatever the case may be together, okay, if he's the one that put it together, why me or you should make that an issue rather than condemning it? Rather than saying, you know what, abolish that. But we gone, we join with it, we working with it, and we still against it, but we still going with it. Why the politician didn't just take what them getting before, and if they want to give the civil servants some little thing more, fine. But why them taking more when they got so much already? What happened to we, the people of the revolution? We are the people that put Anguilla on this foundation, even though things going good. You understand? We are the people that did it. The revolution is what bring forth all these things. Do you see anything that the revolution was supposed to really stand for? You see that wrong, you?
No.
Pure failure.
You failed a long time ago, actually. Failure occurred years ago.
Pure failure from way back. You understand? And England was always in favor of the hand because she could handle the hand better than the hat.
The hand.
The hat is supposed to give her trouble.
The hand.
You understand? So why would England be happy if they had in power? England must be happy right now because our government in Angola is in power. And that's the hand. And all these people that join with this with Anna,
With Anna.
who was with a hand, who was with a hat, them people fail too. And they fail all of us who risk our lives. You understand? They fail us who risk our lives. You understand where I'm coming from? Politicians gone, okay, demolish what the ex-chief minister said. Why are you going with it and you're making an issue still? You're collecting the money and you're still making an issue and you got people talking bull spit in support of you when they should be telling you, look now, use a problem too. Not because they support you, use a problem too. You should have abolished the whole thing. But why you pick it up and we should be out there now?
The truth is that all politicians they are a rare breed of people. And believe you me, sometimes you...
Oh, look at my necktie.
Yeah. But once money is being shared, Wasi,
But
no politician is going to refuse money.
But
None at all will refuse money on all sides. So the issue of money, you can't say much about that with them. They go on more. And that's how it is. But I am against some of the things.
We got politicians here getting almost 3 times the amount of money of politicians here in the Caribbean.
I know. In Antigua, in Antigua, Gaston Brown is now making over 14,000. He was making 8 for a while.
Doing a better job than
he
us.
made noise for years, and saying, "Get the guy making 11 or 12,000 EC a month." And that's after a while, and they all saw Angular figures and began to make noise in their parliaments. Look here, I heard a guy in Antigua in the House of Assembly making noise, making the case for him to make more money.
You see that?
He said, Anguilla, the guy making $25,000.
Okay.
He making 8,000 EC. That could never be right. And he was going on and so on. The House allowed him to go to 14. Okay,
you see
that's a
that?
small bit of money for him still, but yes, we have some of the highest salaries really being paid out to ministers in the Caribbean region.
Why you think I want $20,000 to run my country?
But listen, Wasi,
what are gonna do with it?
check all our leaders. I mean, over the years, and even those who would have passed on as well, including Hubert Hughes and Osborne, all those guys who were here.
Wow.
Now, all the guys are okay with that salary. You will never find a politician in Anguilla, none even now, right now, who not on either side, who's prepared to give up that salary. They wanted you.
But
They wanted you.
But
Okay, so it's a difficult conversation to have with them fellows.
rest of man will do that with a smile.
I know you will do it, yes, definitely. But
With a smile,
they won't
but
give it up.
because
They won't give it up.
It's about people.
I know.
And the other thing, they're trying to make it,
Yeah.
give this excuse to it by saying that they just have to give away the money to people.
Oh, I heard
politicians.
I heard him with that.
And there's something,
what they're saying.
a politician don't need to give a man a penny.
But they give you every time.
You know what a politician is supposed to be doing? Finding work for the people.
Brother man,
Not taking money out his pocket.
I
Give me a job.
seeing Soul Brother, Belto, Soul Brother.
That was a bad habit.
With my own eyes, by Anglic. If Soul Brother he had what a 50 electrical
That was a
bills,
bad habit he picked up.
He had none. Soul Brother had a bag, a sack of bills. And Soul Brother was just paying them bills. I don't know, maybe they give him the money to pay them, but he was just paying the bills. Belto, he was just paying those bills.
A politician.
Okay? So I know that it's a tough job.
Work for the people.
It's a tough job.
You want to give people money?
Yeah.
Give them work.
Yeah.
Find work. Anguilla to a lot of things you could do in Anguilla, but everything is like a crab thing now.
Even now, right today, these guys who power, politicians who power right now,
You understand?
who now getting this big star youngsters, especially around here right now, they have to give money out here. They have to give money. People go through that
That's
for money.
because everybody's spoiled right
It's
now.
a serious thing, yeah.
I wouldn't be doing that. I would be giving you money.
The child sick, they want money to the
but
doctor.
to a job.
They want Pampers, you're in trouble. The
I would
Friday
give
comes
you
through.
money to a job.
You want milk, you have to give them milk too.
No, that's a spoiling things, brother.
They have to right now in Angola.
Find work for the people. A politician don't have to put his hand in his pocket to give people money.
Have it straight.
Find work for the people. Leave them collect their own money. Leave them work them own sweat and blood and
it's
make
a
them own
culture
money.
around here for years.
You see, that's why you know.
How do you break it?
That's why we in hell.
How do you break it? They come to you for them. They need to help you. You gotta come through for them. They got issue with kids. The father in their school coming up. They need to buy school books and uniforms and shoes and all that stuff. You have to write a check.
Find work for these people.
Yeah, even then.
Find work. I'll tell you something, but am I right? What rather than allowing
They're working enough. They want more. They want additional funding.
You'll have to abide with what you get in.
No, so they can.
You'll have to work out what you. But I'm
That your support right there.
Yeah,
Look
she's
at
something,
the
but
whole
I'm
house
right.
over that. Yeah.
the cars are the current gone up.
Yeah.
Through the
Yeah. The fuel thing. Yeah.
fuel thing, right?
Yeah.
My own went up small.
Yeah.
A few dollars.
Yeah.
Under $10. I done worked that $10 out already. So for me, that $10 that I put in there, I worked that out somewhere else in my vibes.
Long time.
So I ain't feeling that extra money because I don't prepare for it already. Okay, if I a customer buying a 10-pack of rice, I buy a 5 and eat a little less, but drink a lot of water, a lot of bush tea and thing. You understand where I'm coming from? So when that happen, I don't need to shop bigger. When them things happen, I check on all my stuff. I could take a little less of this, a little less of this. And when I done taking a little less of this, and this, my $10 work out as if I ain't feeling it. You know, unless we be able to do work out our mats with our few little pennies, we can always be crying. Rasta man never cry about nothing. I don't know if you check it out good.
Yeah.
You been wrong, Rasta.
Yeah, man.
Rasta don't cry about
I
nothing.
know Rasta make it happen.
Rasta
do without, they do it without, but they have make do. The Rasta man is good at making things make it do as well.
Yes,
yeah,
the man.
Make it
different kind of mentality.
Yeah, it's what we got today. Here we can use this Thursadyay today. That's it. No big fuss, no big noise.
No fuss.
Yeah, we can take care of this here, like this.
And get it to work.
Yeah, make it work for sure.
Don't allow frustration to be a part of your development. If you're going to be frustrated about things, you got a problem. Because you can't think straight.
But the Anguilla though, I mean, I know that you're being around Rasta, that you have to make do with what you have. But for the most part, the young women with kids right now and no fathers at home to take care of them, they ain't gonna do that. They want Pampers. They gonna want milk too. They have a good doctor as well. They're gonna need also the school books and no fathers there. Shoes, pants, pencils, pens.
You know why a lot of these things happen to these women? Because they must go to bed before making a plan.
Oh man.
You know that you got a boyfriend, right? Especially a fella that you don't know. He's fresh. You don't know him. 2 days later, you in bed with him?
Yeah, then then the bill is yours. You have a
2 days later, you in bed with him?
Yeah.
Why you don't try to cipher out this man? You know, find out exactly what his, all of his intentions. What if you want sex, you want children, you want a family? Tell me.
The bill is yours.
Let's talk. But no, they talk 2 little sweet words today, tomorrow night I'm in bed. And then another day a baby out from somewhere. So how them expect to be able to govern the way the lifestyle that them should be living in order for them to be all right? You can make one child for a man. You got a problem, next month you breed again for the same man. So where your problem gonna get smaller. He ain't giving the one, but you're going to make 2. So what is? So what? That is bad thinking.
Yeah.
A man tell you he love you, question the man.
Well, women are not that way now. Women are different now. It's transactional now.
Find out for me what is he about? What is you looking for? You looking for a wife? You looking for a girlfriend? You looking for sex? What are you looking for? What you want me for?
Ask him directly. Some direct questions.
Direct.
Questions.
And then have a little thing right up. If you're not gonna get with him, have a little note thing right up that he got to sign.
A contract.
Yeah.
A contract.
Yeah. You understand where I come from, brother?
I love this one. Watch yourself, folks, before you get involved with a man.
Write up a little contract.
Write a contract. You hear this, listeners, viewers, this is the new one today now. Watch yourself if you're a woman.
Well, how you brother?
And if you find a guy who's interested in you and you want to make sure and you're unsure of his intentions, sign a contract.
Of course.
Sign a contract. So
of course. And make him sign to it.
Yeah.
You keep yours and he keep his.
I love it, bud.
You understand? But you know, like you're giggling. Tomorrow night in bed, next week you're pregnant. Then when you're done the child, you don't even know where the man gone.
So yeah. Okay. So wait, hold on. So then back down to what you're saying now. So this is why the guys need the money, because this is what they're saying that they have to give to many areas in their constituencies who need money.
Wow.
So 1 or 2 of the guys are saying that they give away a lot of money every month to these people out there who require support, and they can't tell them no.
So while they're doing that, we suffering. By them having this.
They're saying the money going back to the people, right back to the people.
Out.
Back to whoever need it. You need money, and them give it, them you have to help you.
But I need help. 1,000 years ago, anybody help me?
You didn't try, I guess. You ever go to the fellas them, the girls them, they set you up.
So that's the way it's supposed to train us.
It has been so for years though. From this Osborne Fleming era called Eastern in particular, Eastern area.
Politics.
Eastern Osborne was a man, I mean up there, Osborne gave, he just give.
Yeah.
I mean even I think even Hubert himself who was
Buying
a man
buying their seat in advance.
who person started with a little tight, he would had a help too.
Yeah, that is buying your seat in advance.
Everybody had a
Give
help,
the
bro.
people
Yeah.
work.
But they had to walk. They had to walk then too.
Give the people work. Well, if you got work and you still got a problem, then you
The old guys.
Then that mean you work not your match properly.
Kenneth Harrigan, oh God, he give the most. He gave everything out. Kenneth Harrigan had to give and give and give and give on God knows.
Yeah.
He just give.
And if they find work
Yeah.
for the people, they don't have to give and give
But
and
he
give and give.
people
and
had
give
work
and
too.
give.
They were still getting. They're still coming to him for things. So we have a bad. How do you change the
Spoil
culture?
it, spoil
So
people.
how do you change that culture?
Spoil.
How do you change it?
Stop it
Only one man thing escaped that stuff in Anguilla.
and give people work.
It's maybe Eddie Beard may have escaped that. I don't know. You can't find it. You know, only he may have escaped that. Even Soul Brother didn't escape it. Soul Brother was at the heart of it. Soul Brother Belto and West End, he had to do a lot too.
You see?
Okay, and that same thing is happening to the Victor Banks giver. Oh God, Victor Banks give away. Victor Banks, he cannot have anything give the most.
Yeah, but
they just give out.
that was the major reason for that is buying the people out.
Yes.
That's the major reason.
But if you don't give, you can't get them. If you don't give them this thing when they come to buy a tin of milk, they ain't gonna support you next time around.
Yeah, so you see?
Yeah. So what you gonna do?
So no, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Call for more money a month. That's why they're going up. And right now, this government, whether it was, even if it was the other government in the same position, I would tell them plain, look now, that is robbery. Because I'll tell you something, why they want more money?
But it's not them really. But
And who paying them more money?
the taxpayers of Angola paying them.
Good.
Money.
And what the taxpayers getting?
Nothing.
So you see the advantage?
I am for putting a cap on that, though. You know, a little ceiling. You know.
Look at my necktie.
I'm for saying, but don't take the more here for you. You are enough. Just take a little bit here and that's seal at the top.
But Hammer,
For I did 5-10 years. See
the
the top
civil
off.
servants,
Yeah. Did deserve something.
I understand tapping up them fellas. But why a politician want to get tapped up into that level two to boot?
Right.
Why the politician want to get tapped up? Huh? You gonna tell me that a politician here to spend more than $5,000
A month.
no, a week
Yeah, man. Some of them.
buying our cars,
No, man.
building houses?
People want things. Sometimes
You gonna spend $5,000 a week in food?
No, you cannot. No, I don't think so. But they want people to have recurring bills, cable bills, pamper bills, milk as well sometimes.
Do like me.
Yeah.
Do like me.
Why?
Cut back on certain things. Work out your match properly.
You could cut back, but they can't.
Why?
When
But
your
I'm
phone
a-
is ringing, they come by your door, wash it, then what the hell are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're the member for
I
the
go
area.
and go and find work for them to do.
Okay.
Find work. And this is Angola could have a lot of work for the people. But have to be done wisely. You understand where I'm coming from? And if you got work here for let's say 1,000 people, right? 1,000 people. At least 800 of those people should be Anguillians. At least 800 of those people should be Anguillians.
Yeah.
They just do things like that. And they do things like that. I ain't disagreeing with nobody being here. The people that is positive, you here, you get a job, work, I happy. But the ones that is negative, you are blocking our space. You are preventing us from getting jobs. You are preventing us from getting money. So you guys need to go because you're not here for us. You're here for yourself and too greedy. And until something, but a lot of thieving going on, you know. You don't hear about everything. You understand where I'm coming from? We got about local thieves. But they got some serious thieves from overseas here living here in Angola, you know. Some reals, them where them come from, them a customer thieving, them come here, them thieving same way, you know. If you take a cat from here and you catch some hard, it'll still be a cat, you know. To can't change into a puppy. It gonna remain a cat.
Catch them.
So if they're hunting down mice here, when they go some hand, what they gonna hunt down?
Yeah.
They gonna hunt down mice the same way?
Definitely. Listen, what can we do though? I hear you on that day.
Wow.
As a people though, because I mean, I heard you mention hat in hand, but at the end of the day, we're all Anguillans. What can we do to ensure that we can move Anguilla? Because I've looked at Anguilla in the last couple of years. I came around after revolution, but I've seen the growth of other countries too, how they've developed themselves, and I believe that we should be a lot further ahead. than we are
We're
right
supposed to be ahead of
Okay?
all these
I'm
islands.
telling you. So I mean, so what can we do though? Because we need to find common ground. Right now we're so divided. I can't see us getting together because if you're on the blue side, you're on the yellow side. There's a real war. And it should not be the case because we're all Anguillan people. That's my belief.
That's how they
we
divide us up
should
in
we should be
politics.
able to work together.
That's how they divide us up
for
in
the
politics, but
for the
Emma,
common good of the land. Yeah,
do you know
yeah.
that our politicians here in Angola are some of the biggest liars on the planet?
Well, everywhere in the world, the guys are a unique breed. They're a rare breed of people. That's how you describe them.
I talk about that already, but it never happened.
They're a rare breed. It's a rare breed that you will never understand it. You really, it's a breed of people. It's a club too.
Lies.
You can't stop it.
If they're doing something and you want to find out the real reason why they're doing it, I'll always give you a loyal reason. They never come and give you the real reason. No, we got a problem with this thing in England too.
The villain, yeah.
You got to who for it and who against it.
Yeah.
For me, I neither for it nor against it. You know the reason why I would say that? Because we, as a little island, we should have been independent a long time ago, making our own decisions, connecting with whoever on the planet we want to connect with. We could have a straight link with Africa
Yeah, you got it.
if we was independent. So why we have to go through this specific channel?
But next thing too, on either side of the divide, you're not sensing a real will, a heart, a will, a push for independence. You know, on either side
You
of
get
the
no,
fence.
but you're gonna get more on the hat side because the hat has always been for
I
independence.
wonder. The talk was always there, but I never saw concrete steps taken to really move it forward.
You see that
Yeah.
hurricane shot that you got here?
Yeah.
Take it down, you can see on it where there's a picture of Ronald Webster and where it talk about independence.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
check and see where they talk about independence.
Yeah. Well, he was the person who made that big push, but after that, it never really
After
happened.
the hand get in, that was it. To them who mash up things, you know. Them don't want no independent for Angola.
So again, the question of you is this: so the hand would have those people died years ago. Emil Gums and Eric Reed
Yes,
and all those fellas
yes,
they're gone. They're no longer
yes,
there.
yes,
You said people, young people who are here now.
but the problem
so you
remain-
mean that the same thing happened?
The problem remain, Brother Hammer. And some of these same young people switch and gone and decide that them parents wasn't fighting for. But them say them smart, them young, them read a lot, them know this, them know that. They ain't know much. Because I'm telling you something, you remember some time ago I was here and I spoke about.
But again,
But I mentioned-
he was my partner, rest his soul, was a raw bratcher, you know, man.
I can't
A
disagree,
raw bratcher
with that. I
he
know
was
that he was
not
involved.
for revolution at all.
I know.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna smuggle in either. I know there was a time when he was a bratcher. And I also know when he switched too. And he become for Anguillas, big time for Anguillas, and he helped Anguilla a lot after being a bratcher. But how much of the rest help Anguilla after being a bratcher and still bratchers? Anguilla is still run by bratcher because the hand is bratcher. This is what the young people need to know. And this is what some of these fellows who are wrong now chatting them bull spit, they ain't going back enough to tell us something. You know what I get pissed off with some of these talk show hosts? Whenever they're going back, they're picking after one set of people. I go after everybody. Because I'm telling anybody, and this ain't supporting nobody, because I don't give a whatever the war should be about no party. I believe in God. You understand? That's where my belief is, and my knowing is about God. These people, they are dangerous. Whether they support this side or that side, they're very dangerous on these two party sides. People who support these parties, they're very dangerous and wicked and worthless. If you're going to talk about government, talk about the one that you into. Talk about the one that you support too. If anybody come here and tell me and prove to me that Mr. Webster do something wrong, I damn it right away. But a lot of fellas will want to find excuses because you support a party.
No, you can't.
You find excuses.
You must be
I
straight up.
listen to this talk all
You must
the
be
time.
straight up, my brother. There are some bad things that have occurred over the years.
You understand where I'm coming from?
On the hand, I agree.
But I'm
these are
a-
people. I'm agree.
if you
That-
give
and
these
bad things
fellas-
also occurred under the the other side.
If you give these fellas, right,
over the years.
the whole time out, you know how long the hand be controlling Angola? 33 years. 33 years. That is a lot more than what a hat.
Yeah, but you still have young. Watch it. I hear what you're saying, but I still maintain that young people.
But
have
those young people,
different
they're gone
ideas,
against, yeah, but they're gone against their own
different
people.
Yeah.
They're gone against the revolution.
Listen,
Their parents were supporting the hat all the
listen to
years.
me. Watch it. I hear what you're saying, right? And how you mentioned my name earlier too about this whole thing.
Wow.
About switching sides. Watch it. In politics, you must have respect too. It cannot be just one-sided, one way at all. You must love people. You must care for people
But
as well.
I love that you say that.
Yeah.
But Hammer,
you cannot be too crazy.
But Hammer,
Okay.
you got a right to say that because I happen to know you say that. You know what I mean? We get more fight backs.
Yeah, crazy.
And we get more bad name calling with the hand government than the hat. By far. You remember we was called headless chickens. When we went to check for something that a lot that was about to pass, that we want to stop it, it done pass already. And then they can tell us the house done bolt the gate. And then they gonna end up in a church with them, says a godly place, and say who don't like it, lump it. You think anybody in the hat say something worse than that? And that person who support the hat, let me be clean with everybody. That person who support the hat, who mentioned about some people as dogs, that ain't got nothing to do with a politician. That is some idiot who decided to say that. But I'm telling you something, but I'm at the same time. I would prefer to be called a dog by a politician, by a civilian, by anybody. I don't care who you are, right? I prefer to be called a dog by anybody than to be called a headless chicken, because I'll tell you something, at least the dog got the head on and he could survive still. You as a headless chicken, can you survive?
So let's put it this way though.
And they had always been against Rasta.
Who feels
That
it?
is the side that destroy Rasta.
Who feels it knows it really and truly. And
The hand destroy
I know
Rasta.
that the Rasta man was never really in support of anything other than Ronald Webster days. I recall that with the Rasta man them too.
We fought in the revolution.
Rasta man from the beginning of the New Anguilla always supported the other side, Ronald Webster's side, and Rasta man still see Cuba Hughes' side as the side of the hat side. I suspect that's what you're telling me right now here. So
He had his switch.
Either way, Rasta man would never support the Anna party because for years.
Because we see the destruction.
Over the years, you're part of sheeping those guys for years.
We see it.
So you flat. The hand destroy this place and they maintain it
But
for years.
it's true.
And they maintain it for years.
But Ahmad is true. Them destroy Rasta too. Them was against Rasta. Up to now, them against Rasta. You remember some time ago, Mr. Webster Ellis, they mentioned something about you could have 10 grands, a little ganja and thing, and then sometime later, then talk about you could have a little 4 trees. That was no issue for the opposition.
Why?
Accent. Suppose the trees grow big and all kind of dumb question. By the hand is poison. The hand is poison.
I'm not gonna put other people. All people are all people. Whether you're a hand or a hand,
But
all people.
they all give us problems.
Yeah, you're all people.
The head give us problems. The hand give us problems. If you look at the history and you be honest with the history, you will know definitely that the hand give us the most whatever the war should be. They hated Rasta. How much Rasta man you see being getting run down with when the head was ever in power?
Yeah.
How much?
I don't know.
That's why Rasta is against the hand, because the hand was always against Rasta. And the next thing I want to mention too, you see when Ronald Webster went and picked up those 2 guys and sent them school, I think he might make a mistake, but he didn't know.
A big mistake.
He didn't know.
You think so?
Yeah, because I'll tell you something, right, but I'm on. If Mr. Ronald Webster did select 2 Rasta man, we'd had a better Anguilla today.
You feel so?
I feel so. I know so. If he had select 2 Rasta man and send them school, like he send them 2 fellas, and come back be, my son, who ain't know that it's a hand who destroy Anguilla? What them see him 2 fellas do? They mean a hand to what them do to Webster. So anybody out there who got sense, but they support this part of that party, if you're an idiot, you'll be honest in saying that the hand is the party that destroy Anguilla more than any other party. Because that talk about dog and thing cannot be worse than calling people a headless chicken. And it wasn't a politician who called them dogs, but it's a politician who called us headless chickens. We must be honest with this whole story. If you're for, you're for. If you're against, you're against. But let us be honest. They all done bad to us. Every government that we ever had in Anguilla is a part of our demise. How much these fellas does be saying about these things? How often does be saying this? Every one of them is a part of our demise. But these hardcore fellows who supporting this or who supporting that, them can't see that, but them say them in school, them smart.
The wise guys.
The wise guys.
The wise guys.
How wise could you be when you're supporting the devil?
Yeah. You
But if
call
it-
it the devil, huh?
Huh?
You call it the devil? Is that what it is?
Well, anybody that's doing wrong is the devil. That's an act of a devil.
So they're doing a lot of wrong things, like real devil things right now, like what happening? Things like that to your mind.
Look to me. These people did us things that we can't get away with from again. Let me tell you, it is under the same hand why we lose my disbay, you know. It is under the same hand why all our bitches being taken away, you know. You remember how hard and how much years I've been fighting to keep the beaches in West End clear and have the people going, what symbolize support? The hat. So the hat was always more positive about doing things for Anguilla. And only a person who ain't worthless minded would say that is true. But if you're worthless minded, you can't say that's true because you're still thinking about some individual who you prefer. No, I don't prefer nobody. You understand?
I think it comes down though to personality still, even today, in today's politics,
You understand?
landscape, political landscape. It still comes down to the people though, who is at the helm, right?
But
now,
I'm on the damage
organizations.
already being done.
You know, whether you're a hat or a hand, or whatever you're going to call it, it comes down to people
The
and the
damage
personalities.
has already been done. You understand where I'm coming from? So
You support groups based on who is there. You don't support because this person is here, that person is here. It happens too. Even sometimes you do a great job and you rub people the wrong way, you will not get a support. That's a straightforward thing. In
I
the case
don't,
of so many persons, you know. So that's
I
how it
don't
is.
drop it.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to
That's-
vote for me,
that's
don't
how-
vote.
But that's what it is.
But I can tell you why it is.
That's democracy. You know, democracy.
I can tell you the truth while I campaigning, the complete truth. And if you want to vote for me, you vote for me.
The truth is that there's some persons who are better than some at campaigning, and there's some people who are
There are some people that are better
have
on
better
telling lies.
personalities too than others as well.
Some of them are better
And
on telling
unfortunately,
lies.
there are some persons, you know, who are wrong. You know, maybe the hat you call it, who doesn't have great personalities, and that's the problem you're facing sometimes. That's why some persons would have make the switch.
No, you switch because they don't understand the reason for the revolution.
You know,
That's why they switch. They get frustrated because the dark make pull one or two bad cards somewhere.
it's more than that. It's a lot more than
Understand?
that. I mean,
But those guys.
it's a lot more
but
than
I'm
that, Wasi.
I could tell us this right now. Whether we far away listening or we close by listening, right? In truth, real truth, it is the hand that is triangular, and the people. You understand where I'm coming from? You know how much time them went try to lock me up, black off me be about for the public and for themselves to go on the beach. You know how much time them try to lock me up with a brother hammer, and we think we're doing it. Is the hand was after me all these years, you know? How come the head wasn't after me to lock me up?
Yeah. Well, you see how you feel? That's how you feel now about certain things that took place in the last couple
How
of
come
years.
they didn't do that?
The way how you were pursued back then, I may have been pursued too. And other persons were also targeted as well.
But
So
I need to get to jail several
that's how
times.
they felt. How you feel now, and they still feel that way. Perhaps some of us feel that way as well.
One time I had to threaten a chief of police, you know, but I do it in a sweet way, in a cool way, to get him off my back, you know. You understand where I'm coming from? And I could have bust that same man, I could have put him in jail in some Martin.
You know, and every man must know himself. You must know what it is that why, and they know why because again, I heard the Rastas saying the very same thing too. That they were pursued back in the days by that side, and they had to run Sir Martin for life. I mean, I heard the later Wanda said he ran Sir Martin to save his life.
Good.
They had to go out there and
Smuggling,
walk in.
smuggling.
Yeah, live Sir
So
Martin
you
for a
gonna tell me
while.
that anybody gonna tell me that a hand did a better job for Angola than the hat? No way, Jose.
But you have to examine the records, though, the track records of all the
track
people.
records and there's something. If the track records got to do anything to do with the last government at last, that track record is a joke. Because you know why I say so? Angola was destroyed before. Ellis must have had on Pampers when Angola was done destroyed already.
But Wasi, when you're
No, we
government,
have to be fair.
Wasi and government,
Angola was already destroyed.
Wasi, it comes down to a couple of things. Your
Already
track
destroyed.
record, your progress record for a country, and how you treat people, Wasi, how you make people feel as well. It's important. It's important. If you make people feel not wanted, unsafe,
But
you know, uncertain.
I know that it ain't a politician who
uncertain.
I
you
know definitely that
no,
it ain't a politician who call these people dogs or whatever,
no.
right? I know they're not a politician. Right?
Your attitude
But let me ask you a question.
can put you in a spot, in these things.
Let
But
me
you
ask you
know,
a question.
Like Donald Trump, he's up there right now. He's pushing along, and there are those who like him, those who don't like his style.
Let me put a question
Yeah.
to you, brother.
Uh-huh.
Which you prefer to be, Brother Hammer? A dog or a headless chicken?
Either one, none of those things.
No, but we have to, there's a choice.
Yeah.
There is a choice. In which one we prefer. Because if you ask me which one I prefer, I don't give you an answer.
Yeah.
So which one you prefer? A headless chicken or a dog?
I want to go to Anguilla for all of us, and that's
I
my
prefer to be
that-
called a dog.
That's my hope in there. Either
That is my answer to the
it
question.
doesn't matter
if it
who
was
brings it
asked
to
me.
us and who can get us to that level. I want us to move forward as a country.
Yeah,
Whether it is the hand or the head, whoever it is that we have around the place, I believe the main thing is to get us to a better place. That's my main thing. And again, there's some persons, some parties who can get us there, and the
Which
others.
party can get you there?
I can never tell. You can never tell. At some point you'll get there. At some
Get
point.
there
in the
where? How
future.
far there we gonna get?
Yeah, I don't know.
How far they gonna get? You know God soon coming?
Yeah.
Is God gonna soon close the doors on everything? So how far we gonna
But
get?
we need to understand something, Wase. We are Angular people. Whether you're on that side or the other side, we are all
I'm
Angular
on
people.
no side right now. I'm
Yeah.
on the truth.
We're Angular people. And I believe that most of us want the same thing for Angular, want the
No,
best for
no,
Angular.
no.
You don't feel so?
No, the most
Okay.
of us want the most of us want good for ourselves and our close.
I think
close
they want the
people.
best.
No,
You want the
but
best
I'm-
for Anguilla.
But I'm on.
Those guys who offer themselves up to elected office in Anguilla, they cannot be
Offer.
going there because they want to be just selfish. They also believe in their mind that they can
But
help to
I'm,
make a meaningful contribution
but
to our country, Anguilla. They want to move us forward. I
It
believe
is
so.
big money in it.
On all sides.
It is big money in it.
That's one of the motivating factors too, I'm
And
sure.
it is pension in it.
Yeah, that's definitely-
And a lot of other opportunities that our monies have to be spent in order for them to be carried out. That's what it not be there for.
Or the motivation to enter the politics and to enter into
You
government.
understand? For
Okay.
big naming thing. Oh, I was a this and I was a that. And what you do for the people and it was a this and it was a that. You understand? You know how long ago we were supposed to have agriculture in Angola?
Yeah, no. I gotta
You
bring
must
it-
know how long ago we were supposed to have a fishing
I
trial or
gotta
something
bring
in
those
Angola?
yeah, no. I hear, brother, I know.
I look on my neck, guy.
I hear, but it's something that definitely I can hear for sure that you are strong in your positioning in terms of where you stand, and while you're saying you don't support anybody, I can tell that you are a hard, you're a hat, you're a die-hard hat, and that means that
That's what I fought
which
for.
means that you're a die-hard APM. I get the impression
No,
you're a
no,
die-hard
I don't have to be
APM.
die-hard.
Yeah, you're die-hard.
I don't have to be die-hard.
You're die-hard, yeah.
I am a die-hard revolutionary. Not a die-hard super.
But I'll tell you, I can tell you that there were some good things that occurred in Anguilla.
It's
Yeah,
facts.
under the APM in Anguilla.
Of
For
course.
example, the
On
roads,
both- on all
etc. You know,
sides. On all sides, do good
on our
things.
side. But again, in politics, you must be also, you must also be understanding of your people as well. And
You have
I
to
believe
be
that
honest with
that
people.
your side there may have fallen down a bit flat on
You
on your
mean
faces.
after having so
Yeah,
less
yeah.
time, after having so less time,
People's attitudes is you must have attitude. You must
Take
understand your people. You must understand your people as well. People have feelings. You cannot just go there.
but
and
I'm
run away with
it's on all sides, but
But some are worse than some. Some are
But I'm
worse than
when we
some.
went by the House of
Some
Assembly,
are worse than some.
when we went by the House of Assembly protesting,
Perhaps you never understand. Perhaps you didn't
right?
experience it first.
You know, we were called right there.
Yeah.
There were police, there were dogs, there were guns and all them thing. You understand?
But there are persons
And we
who
was
know.
called headless chickens right to our
There are
faces.
persons who in Angola who suffered a great deal, my brother, during the last couple of years in Angola. Who suffered
During the
great deal.
last
I saw
50-something
something happen
years.
here. You know, I'll give you an example that's public right now. The ABC situation here, ABC Supplies. I saw how how Brother Mitch and his team was treated. That was not easy. It wasn't easy. If he was a weaker man, he would have been a destroyed man. And that wasn't done to him by people who were against him, but done by his friends, one-time friends. There was no mercy for him. He had to go to court to clear himself up. If he was a poor man, a weaker man, he could not have made it.
good.
And that was done by friends. People who were close to him.
That was done by a
Yeah,
government.
people who was
friend.
his friends before. You see, so and that's one example, and we have so many other examples of that, of things of that nature which
And
occurred
you
in
know,
Angola.
and you know so many examples of that same nature on the other side, same way.
No. I've never seen anything like that.
No.
No.
So you call how those guys treat one on website, you call that that's reasonable, that's good.
No, that's
How they
bad
treat
too.
one on website?
No, but they
destroy his legacy.
they pay for that too.
Destroy his legacy.
You know, we have to go. But but I hear you though. But that's only one example. That's only one example really, and you know but we have several others too. I have some for myself too. I can share with you off air if you want to hear them, and maybe even on air. I have a few of them too that I can share with you as well. So, Brother Wassing,
I
it's
go
how
back-
you make people feel.
I go back.
People
59
have
plus years.
feelings. People have feelings. You must be careful how you treat your people. You must.
But
I can disagree with you, Wasi, but at the
it is
same
on
time,
all sides.
I can be respectful
It
to
is
you
on
still.
all sides.
Okay. It cannot be at all costs that you
It is
that
on
you
all
go there to
sides.
destroy.
All sides
Yeah.
do us wrong.
Yeah, I know.
All sides.
But some
So
wrong,
I ain't here to pick up
some wrong
figures.
is some wrong is much weightier than some. Some
Yeah.
wrongs are more weighty
You
than
think
some.
you think that more wrong that you could get that it could be more wrong again than destroying giving the oppressors every beach we got. We can't get on our beaches. Some of them got buoys in the water shut off. Some of them got all kind of different signs and security, and you can't go on your own beaches. All that was done under the hand, but we lost our coastal areas
To the hand, right? Okay.
with a hand. So nobody could, not because I have to divide them. And I have to say that both parties do good for Anguilla, both parties did bad. But if you were to reduct to the 3 years, which is in 3 years' time, if you were to reduct that time from 59 years, how much you will get? How much you have to say?
Bro, I hear it. I mean, what this is. I say, I respect your view on things really and truly, but you have a strong view on how things really, how things should
That's
be.
why I need to go back. So people can understand.
And the other persons have the views of that too, who
What's
are
going on coming
equally strong in their position on these things as well. But again, you can speak to your relatives. I respect that. I have my relatives too that I live also with other people, and I've been around the trenches for a while. I've been through many trenches of parties and politics over the years, and but I'll tell you the truth. There are things that I've experienced in the last couple of years in Anguilla, right here in Anguilla, that I never experienced before.
Good.
Okay, and some
That's a few years ago
some
you're talking
very
about.
harsh things would have occurred over the years here. Very harsh things.
Right. And you know what I experienced?
Yeah, okay. So
my experience gone 59 years now.
Very harsh stuff.
So
happening.
my experience gone 20 years before you born.
Yeah. Harsh things happen.
Because I'm sure I'm 20-something years older than you, but
and if you see me hold you for something,
So,
it doesn't happen every day. But if I hold you on something, it's for a reason.
I go back 59
I never
years.
don't hold people too tight on things, but sometimes when you cross certain thresholds, I hold you tight. And when you see me stand on you, it's for a reason. It ain't just happening like that. And so when you see me take a stand on these matters, there's something that is, it ain't just happening like that, bro.
It ain't just happening like that.
No, something is going on. Yeah,
So
a lot more.
everything will be nice and good till the next election.
Listen to me, I'm not with that either. I'm a man who stand here. If you're black and white, it's either right or wrong for me, there are no really things that you're right or wrong. This is the paper here, black or white for me, and I don't really hang on parties either for support. Really and truly, I am a man down the street, but there are things which would have occurred here over the years was that were not too cool.
Right, I mean,
really,
like 59 years.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but I know for sure. I know for sure that that there are many persons and
because people need to know the whole story.
Yeah, I know.
You can't just start a story that happened a few years ago. You got to give the people the whole story.
I will be a professional man, really, along the lines, but there's certain things that you just can't forget. There's certain thresholds that people, boundaries, spaces
So
where persons would have trampled on, walk across, that
like
you
a
just
few
can't
years
forget.
ago, like these few years ago that you mentioned in Daytona about, right? How far further back from those few years ago that you're mentioning about now, how far back you know about the rest?
Yeah. I know those too, but in those what you have in your mind too, you hold them as well. They're filed. You create mental files here. You have files for people.
They destroy us, brother.
You have files and in your mind. You know who did what. You know who would have done what in Anguilla over the years.
They destroy us.
So after a while, you learn how to work with everybody because you understand who this person is, who that one is, who he is, who she is, and you have that.
They destroy
Anguilla.
If ever, but I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
I support the revolution. Whatever symbol in revolution carrying, I stand for that. We gotta go right behind it. But you remember something I mentioned here? That I never vote wrong yet, even though I lose sometimes. You remember I said that already? And you remember I also said that I vote based on three conditions. I vote based on Anguilla, revolution, the history of Anguilla, personal information, and common sense. How many people are these smart fellows where they be on the radio and talking all kind of bull spitting thing? How much of them ever tell you that they vote based on that? I must say, I am the only Anguillian vote based on that. Not one Anguillian ain't voting based on what I just said just now. And you're going to tell me I'm smart?
Yeah, okay.
Smart how?
Bro, I have to get busy. But thank you for brother again. But I hear you. I know, but this is how it is because I had this talk before with one of your brothers, two brethren, and all the Rasta men, all the Rasta in Anguilla, why no, really, speak this way for some. I know why, because Webster, the father of the nation, was Rasta's friend. That's a fact. He loved Rasta in a big way. Rasta held on to Rasta for years.
But we were the members of the revolution, so we have to stick. We have to stick with our revolution plan. We shouldn't be changing that. People who was with the revolution and changing gone now, being a part of another set of people, our government or whatever, then forsake us. And then become Judases.
Yeah, but you have respect too, you know. They must have respect as well. And some people doesn't have respect, bro. I say some people are disrespectful to the max, okay? There are some persons who are disrespectful to the max in our society, and you must admit that. There are some rude people out there on all sides. On all sides, okay, for sure. Very rude, yeah.
All sides, rudeness and wickedness and worthlessness.
I'm telling you.
Even though you don't support somebody with the election, I support nobody right now, not a soul. I stand up for the people.
Yeah, you have rude people, you have ungrateful people, you have downright dirty people. A lot of people in the language. Take care, watch the peace of love, bro. Peace of love, all right? Take care, bro.
Thanks for having us again.
Peace of love, man. Yes, I know, man. I love it. I love to have watched in the studio, bro, every time. I know for sure, bro. Yeah, one love, bro. Get Sharon all the best, Sharon. The rest about the building one time. I hear you, brother. All right. So, folks, we're here now and just about make it 3 minutes after 12. That's about time now. And I'm about now to, Brother Wasibi. I ran a little over time there. But Brother Briggs should be in the building, should be here somewhere. Or should have been on his way here. And I was waiting to see him pop up, but I'm not seeing Briggs as yet. So, I'm not sure where we are. But Brother Briggy should be our guest next. So so you heard Wasi and his take on how things really in Anguilla are going and how things should have been, and he gave you the historical backdrop as to how things are too. And in Anguilla, folks, we are all aware of that. So Briggy's here, good piece of the building. All right, so we'll waste no time then. Okay, so Briggy's here, the Briggs is the building, and so you had to watch the take on things, but again, folks, these are experiences, and Rasta had experiences over the years. I've heard the Rastas for years spoke about the experiences, and we grew up and we would have had ours as well. And we would have had many experiences, and after a while, as you grow older, you learn how to assess all of these experiences and come to a conclusion in your mind. And definitely, lots of people are that way right now. So it's not a matter of stripping and swapping and doing these things. You come down to realize sometimes you have to be able to assess and reposition yourself too, really, and understand where you are in the grand scheme of things. That's how it is. So I hear Wasin, I hear my brother Sheepy, some of the guys out there who are Rasta men, really from that time, and they're carrying an issue from back in the 80s when Rastas were oppressed because of the religion, because of the marijuana, and they attribute, and at the time when that was happening, it was the Emilgams and those persons who were in power. So Rasta never forgot those times for sure, and you can't fault them because they suffered a whole lot. They said to me, I heard it from way back then. Anyhow, so guys, that's another conversation to have. Though 5 minutes after 12, and it's carnival time is coming, folks, and it's coming up, and I've just been joined by Brother Briggy. Briggy is the man for carnival, and there's Summer Festival Cheer, and no doubt today we're going to get a whole lot of information. He's the man known for information, Brother Briggy. Let me say a pleasant good afternoon to you, brother. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, Brother Hammer. Just pardon my sniffles. I've been suffering a little flu.
That's okay. Yeah, the heat and the dust and all that stuff. You have to fight it. Keep fighting that now, brother. Tell me now. So how are things shaping?
It's going. It's going. There's always something that's happening, but it will happen. It will happen.
It's happening for sure.
Yeah, it happened. We can't stop it. It's not by designed by any one individual to prevent the whole thing, but it will happen. But plans are coming together.
And nicely as well. Okay, all right. So we have everything in place, folks. You heard that the opening night is happening. We know that all the stuff's happening. The issues with the Calypsonians are being resolved. Though it seems like
with the Calypsonians. The Calypsonian issue this. Well, put this with the and in defense of the chair of the Calypso, I think. I think it kind of spiraled out of control to some extent.
It did a little bit.
There was certain information that he did not have, and there was certain information that we were waiting on. Basically, the
sponsorship stuff.
The sponsorship support.
The
sponsorship support. And that in itself kind of handcuffed him to some extent because he could not commit to numbers when the numbers were not presented in front of him. So I think that's where that was, and it kind of spiraled out of control. Maybe giving more information at the earlier time would have helped, but at the end of the day, it was, we're really at that point where you're at the mercy of the supporting corporate entities. So I think all in all, I think it will come together well, but we still have not gotten the signature on the
Not as yet.
yeah.
As yet.
No.
All right.
But
brother.
we do have some level of commitment, but we we're still waiting on the numbers.
All right.
Yeah.
So okay. So now in terms of we have that coming under control and
Right.
other things. Opening night is set. I know for sure. And I want to commend you for for what I'm seeing in terms of the Lansing Boat Cultural Center. There appears to be action there every night, and over the years that has been a cry, a worry, a cause for concern by boat owners. And this year they can't complain because I find that every night now there's something in the village.
I mean,
Yeah.
the issue has always been trying to satisfy as many entities as possible, and that in itself, if you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, to some extent, because there are always a number of entities that requires you to think about them and only them, and at the end of the day, our job is to think about the whole, which is the full summer festival. So we're trying our best to satisfy the needs of all the as many entities as possible, but we want to have as many activities at the Lansing Bowl as possible. So
That is happening. That's happening. And then the troops area, I know that troops. I mean that's a tough area. It's been a very tough area too. Just almost like the bands in Calypso, but very tough area. How are things shaping up there?
I want to commend them.
Yes,
I want to
yeah.
commend the troops. Last year, I know, and I don't want to keep going back, but I was one that wasn't in full support of what transpired. But then that's the past. I saw they're out in full force this year, and I commend the troops. I commend the troops committee. They have gotten some support from Motor World, and they have a sign over last week. I think it was. They had a sign over last week, and I think it's good. I think we could look out for a very grand, I would say, grand parade of troops this year. I
Yeah.
think from all indication, most of them are almost sold out of their costumes. I don't want to speak out of terms, but I think they were, most of them are going fairly well. So I think it's a good thing that they're back on track.
Yeah.
And that's one area that I think should, in the future, I wouldn't say this year, but in the future, I think you would want to get more rewards for the troops.
And how many troops we have this year?
Off the top, I don't want to give a number, but it's somewhere in the region of five senior, and then I think about 3 or 4 junior troops. I think it was, but I think the numbers were great. I think players said 200. There's one thing that 50, and another one some 75 in the region. So I think they're going good. I think the street should be looking very, very colorful. Yeah.
All right. Okay, my brother, the climate passport that you worked on, I think that's a great idea, and I've not heard you on that for a bit.
Right.
And where are we with that now?
And that's to some extent was kind of deliberate that we kind of pulled back a little bit. Right now, as we speak, we're now having the passports barcoded. We had a little bit of a delay with the technical aspect. We didn't realize that you had to put certain aspects of this for a procurement process, and it kind of delayed some stuff. But now we have everything in place, and we should be distributing the first set on next week. Hopefully, we have one set that has been paid for by ASPA. Hoping to have those distributed by next week. So we just barcoding those. We have the technical process put in place, basically how you scan it, the whole process of getting your passport and all that. So we are not where we would have loved to be, because we would love to be pushing it full force by now, but I think we are just putting the technical things in place. We are barcoding them as we speak right now. I don't know if you noticed that we now have the Festivals Commission office upstairs.
I realize that
so
now. Yes.
we're starting to put things in place right now.
Right, yeah. So, I realize that you're working from there right now for sure. I'm seeing that right now. Okay, so another big one, August Monday, beach party that's coming up. That's you announced your artists already?
Artists are ready.
Yeah.
We're just doing airlines right now. All the overseas acts has been deposited.
Okay.
We just have to do the local bands contract, and I just want to touch on that as well too, because I think I've been getting some stick for some of that too. I think there's a view that we should there's one gentleman that called me and said we should have just all 8 local bands on the on August Monday. We just do local bands on August Monday, and it's been a debate as to how much how many bands you put on, what we should do with it, and I said, we're asking about what's the criteria to be on the show, and really and truly we're trying to put together an international package, and I make allowance for at least 4 local bands. And at times we have a number of local DJs, and we may have some local soca performers. But basically, we try to satisfy the needs of the visiting audience, in the local audience, international audience, and we try to give as many bands as possible the opportunity to perform. But if you want me to do another band clash inside the ground, I won't be the one to do it, and I'm not gonna do it. I would apologize for that, really. It's just that we have to put together a package that's attractive, and we look at what's out there. And what I try to do first is look at the local shows that are being paid. If we have Eyes Wide Shut, you might have, like this year, you have the Wet Fete, you have the Cooler Fete. What I do is that I allow all of these entities to book their acts first, and then those artists that they do not book, or they're not within their capacity to do, then I look to book some of those artists and bring them for the show, because it's a free show.
A free show.
Yeah, it's a free show.
Okay, so who will be appearing there? International acts who we have booked for the August Monday Beach Party and
August Monday. I think we did release the lineup sometime back. We have Nadia Baston, T-Vice, GBN Neutron, Freetown Collective. Where do I have my list? But WCK, Grandmasters.
Okay.
We have locally PVI, HD, Veer Music, Synergy. We have DJ Sugar, DJ Avalanche, DJ Siles, DJ Tights. So we basically have a full lineup. It's a 12 midday to 12 midnight. So basically we have a full package.
A full package for that event on there. Key Vice is a Zouk, right?
There's a Zouk, French Zouk band. We had them here. I just checked it. We were there. I think they were here in 2006. I think 2006. I think 2016. 2016. 16, not 6. 2016.
Back then.
Yes. Yeah.
Performed on the beach party. Okay.
So we have a full lineup for the day. We try to keep it within budgetary constraints as well, because at these times it could go crazy. But we do have a full lineup.
Okay. And last we spoke, when you were here last, we spoke about August Monday and the traffic situation.
The traffic situation.
Yeah, at Underground. And, is there a plan in place now to deal with that?
Right. We have been working with the police. We have been meeting with the police, and I want to commend them. They're looking at a traffic plan, and the traffic plan will include shuttle system inside the ground. We have to see what additional parking we could get inside the ground, but there's not much. But there's a shuttle system that we are working with to have in place. So that should work out a little bit better. I think we overlooked having a traffic plan last year, where the time that you have the one-way system in place, the time that you have everything cut off, and this, So I think the police are aware of this right now, and we're continuously meeting. We did a drive-through last week, and to look at where we're going to have additional parking areas and stuff like that. So I think we're in a good space as it relates to that. However, if you can carpool, if you can carpool and take the shuttle as well, because we're going to have shuttle one from east, one from west, and they'll be coming in and out of Sandy Ground. So
and that may be best for you, the shuttle, Jane, because I mean that way your car can be approximately safe, and you get there in a bus and you leave on a bus, right? So it's easier for you, man, and not to worry about finding parking once you get down there. Last year, folks, for those who saw it and those who were part of it, it was a nightmare situation.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Nightmare situation. I felt so bad. I said, wow, there was a whole lot going on. So this year, I believe we're going to have even more persons here this year, really, than last year again for our summer festival.
I think as you go by, I think you learn, Hammer. You will never get it right, in one go. And I think sometimes working with different personalities as well. I think we did a shuttle system years ago, and that's when we were, somewhere ahead. And I think that didn't follow. We didn't follow through with that for years. And the fact that last year none of us paid keen attention to the whole traffic situation, and it became chaotic. So now that we know what can happen, let's put the mitigation measures in place to look at how we could deal with it. Yeah.
All right, so that's Santa Ground, folks, and again, St. Martin's, they'll be in there again, folks. As always, that event attracts lots of St. Martin's, I know
Yep.
for sure, and the other persons from the Caribbean too. They love our beach party in a big way. The Sunday, though, I mean, you and I spoke about that already too, and I'm sure you had a plan for the Sunday as well. You told me you're working on something for the Sunday. Did it come true?
Let's leave that on ice for next year.
On next year, okay.
You and I will
Okay.
basically look at putting a proper budget to that, and I am leaning very strongly to putting something in place for Sunday.
For Sunday, definitely.
Basically because we've been kind of giving everything else a chance, but I think we want to compact the whole week and make Sunday be an attraction. So definitely we'll look at that.
Right. Now, Bridget, in terms of I know that we have a couple of private events that are in there too on our event calendar, and one of the more contentious issues have been the Calypso show and August Thursday, August Wednesday night, etc. And was it difficult for us to get to that? What was the rationale behind that decision to remove Calypso night from the traditional Wednesday to the Thursday? What was the rationale? You walk me through the reasoning behind that.
Okay.
There must have been a lot of robust conversations around that.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a body, I mean, our job is to put together the schedule. Our job is to put together a program, and it's about the summer festival in totality. And one of the things that I did from last year coming into this year was listen to some of the concerns, and the week was too long. My view is that you need at least 2 weeks to be quite honest, but it became a little bit stretched, and there are persons that thinking that you can't have this thing start and stop. You can't have any blank nights in the village. You can't have 2 events in one night. So you're bombarded with a number of different issues, and you have to look at what is the best way to go forward. Now, we wanted to pull the teenage Miss Talented Teen back into the week on the Tuesday. We also wanted to fit everything, as I say, in that 1 week. We didn't have anything on Thursday night. Prior to this year, last year, I'm not sure about the year before, I trying to remember. The Queen Show for years ago used to be on Thursday. I don't even remember those nights. For years, Queen Show used to be on Thursday night. Now, as a body, we have about 13, 15 members for the Summer Festival Committee, and we sat and, in a democratic fashion, we debated how the schedule should, what the financial schedule should look like. And, Calypso, Queen Show, Teenage, and where do we put what event? And in a general consensus was, look, let's this is the night that we would like, and everybody, and it was debated among the team. There was some for and some against. Of course, Calypso would have wanted not to be on. They wanted by the Wednesday night. Teenage wanted to be included in the week. There was a lot of debate that went around, and we took everything into consideration, and the final schedule was put together on the premise, let's see how it works. And it might work well, as well it might not work well, but at this stage in the game, it's hard for us to go back and change the domino effects of that. Now, we could go back on and on about how we get here, why, what would it take to get back to a Wednesday night, or not having anything on a Thursday night. But then you go back to the same thing that we had last year, where do we have something in the village or not? And then at the same time, we cannot overlook Measby. The Measby West Fest committee is like up in arms. I mean, why are you cutting short our event by having an event in the village on that night? My view is that whoever wants to be at the West Fest will be at West Fest, and whoever wants to be at Calypso will be at the Calypso. Whoever wants to be at the Queen Show will be at the Queen Show. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we still have to listen to all entities, right? Can we satisfy all in totality? I'm afraid we can't. But
that time of year, though, I'm not here or there in placing the Calypso show there on a Thursday or Wednesday evening. But that time of year, usually we have lots of people in the country.
I think so too.
People are here, and the going out crowd will increase,
I think so.
significantly. So you're gonna have persons who love calypso being at Lansing Boat Cultural Center, and those who want to be at Meads Bay, who want to party for the boat race, etc. I'm sure we'll be down there as well. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, I think so too, Hannah. I mean, I don't say it very loudly, but for years I have not been a guy who goes to the pageants. I'm just not a pageant person, but I support them totality. You know, I would probably go to Meads Bay and stay in Meads Bay. You know, there's some persons that are excited to be at pageants. You can't stop them. You know, I will go to Calypso show. You know, so at the end of the day, you can't force people to be where they're not. They don't want to be. You know, so. You know, the debate will go on and on. Fortunately, I think the Calypsonians are coming out to perform and see where it goes, and then we take it from there. We listen to all the pros and the cons. I know that the Queen show is going to could be a lengthy show.
Oh yeah,
because it's split in two. We have 5 attractive young ladies getting there. It's going to be very, very
swimsuit
competitive.
will happen on the Sunday prior.
It's swimsuit. It's basically 2 shows. Basically, she has part 1 and 2. It's more than swimsuit. They'll have swimsuit and some other segments as well. So it's going to be two shows for the Queen show. So I mean, you have to give preference and credibility.
And the private shows like Eyes Wide Shut, Poker Run, the Red Feathers events, they will carry some sway as well. And that is the new model now, though. Even St. Martin, you find where they have these carnival shows, the Prince of Possession show, the Queen show, etc. Then they have a lot of these international shows that really add a lot of flair to the atmosphere. Really,
there's a view in some quarters that you should not have. Actually, you should have the cultural shows the week before. I am not with that. I'm not for that at all.
I heard that talk.
That talk just, let's put them aside and have justice. I don't think so. No. I think the shows that are indigenous, cultural, and that's angry. They have to stay. And the week of the main week that everybody wants to be a part of, I think we still keep it going.
Yeah.
Because if you look at some of the other islands, even some of these other shows, what you find is that they have lost, some of them would have lost, their, I said cultural is not one, it's their indigenous, nature to some extent. Because if you look what we do right now, even in the region with the artists, most of the performers are recycled. The same performers that we have this year, some of the same performers that would have been to Antigua, St. Kitts, and St. Martin and St. Thomas. So some of them are the same person, the same performers, really. So you really cannot lose the local shows, the cultural shows, the pageantry, the calypso. You can't lose that.
No.
Right? You want to keep those. But you want to also build those shows up to a certain level in terms of their standards. If you look at what has happened with the Queen show in 2 years, I think it's remarkable. The level that has gone. You'd like to see all the other pageants and all the calypso shows come up to that level. That's the way I think we should be thinking. Not destroying them. I mean, no one is trying to destroy any of them. We're just trying to place them in certain positions and you give them as much support as you can. I mean, one of the things that I think the calypso is suffering from is support. And sometimes calypso is, I said, the voice of the people, and sometimes it can be controversial, and some person might not want to support them. But I say no. I mean, it's freedom of speech. They say what they want, and I want to take this opportunity as well to ask anyone who wants to support and sponsor Calypsonian, and they should do it, because that might be another way to do things. Sponsor Calypsonian. Let them go there and wear your brand and sing for your with your name. And I think that will work.
It will help for sure.
But I have no problem with those shows being sustained. The private shows, I think they can hold their own. We have found some unique shows over the years, for the last 10 years. The Poker Run is
Oh yeah, man.
Major event. Eyes Wide Shut,
Yeah,
amazing, a
ma-
major
a
event.
major, yes.
You
Yes.
know,
Mhm.
we have to help to give some support back to the August Thursday.
Yes.
But that does not mean you need to kill the Lansom event.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of work to be done in our areas.
Yeah, and that is true. A lot of work to be done, but we've come a long way, brother, from back in those days. And you know, we have stabilized things again. I really, the beach party stabilized. We know for sure. August Thursday used to be the big show back in the day. And I think that's back for the most part as well. Last year and the years prior, I've seen some significant development in that area. Nighttime, even in the evening time. I mean, late night shows. I've seen them there, and lots of people in those areas. So I believe that show, that event has been on the rebuild. And it is now to a certain level as well. So we're in for a great one. And one thing is for sure, Brig, is that time of year, our returning Angola nationals and even our visitors come back here to be a part of it. And that's amazing how they return every year to be a part of the summer festival activity. Lots of people come for that, and you must have something for them, brother. So, and I heard some of them also complain about Lansom Boat as well, nothing in the village, because that too is a cultural thing. Being in the village is part of that feeling, the atmosphere, the experience to be at Lansom Boat Cultural Center. Persons have been there for 30, 40 years, going in there, you know, and in that area, and they want to be there for sure, and to have things that is a good thing. Me personally, I like to go there. That's a carnival. You go to the village, you feel like you're at carnival. You're carnival now. You feel good. Your mind. I heard about mind frame sitting there, good feel. You see, so that's very important as well to maintain those events. You know,
and that's why I can't just overlook the Lansom.
Yeah, man.
What's happening for the Lansom? I mean, it's a new space. And I think,
but the space is a new place.
Yeah,
but that space has
the space. Yes. Let me rephrase that. It's a new building. But the space has always been there. And I think
I recall we were there some years ago, year before that, you and I come out to the area, and even though it was brand new, right? I went in there for the first time when we was there at that time, the first open up in there, and I felt the same vibe.
But you have to. I mean, you have to.
It's the same thing.
It's the same vibe.
It's the same vibe, you know.
You see, that will never change.
Never change.
You know,
Never change.
You have something unique.
Yeah.
You know, we have something unique, and I think, you know, we need to sometimes appreciate. I think the newness of the building. I see some flaws in it by being there now. However, it is a castle compared to what was there prior. So I think it it must be applauded.
Yes,
the work must be applauded, and the Lansom will forever be that. So we can't take the outside the private shows or the shows outside, be the beach party or everything has its place this role to play in the summer festival. You know, August Thursday, August Monday, the boat racing. There's no other island across the region that
our dear friend JB, rest his God, rest his soul, John Benjamin, he said in all the country in the world that had a carnival in the night, boat race of the day. Non-stop action. Boat race all day, then we have events at Lansom Cultural Center.
It's unique. I mean, I remember some of those guys that were here last year that did this workshop from Trinidad.
We met them. They were excited.
Those guys, they said, but then they said like they couldn't understand it because Trinidad, Carnival Monday, Carnival Tuesday, that sort of thing, and they could not understand. I mean, how you guys do, juvie to the beach, to the party. It's like it just became something totally different. For them. So we have something unique. It's just a matter of how we harness this, how we market it, who are we trying to attract with this. There's a number of work, there's a lot of work to be done.
For example, I look at the Eyes by the Shut over the years, and I normally go down in the morning 5:30, 6 to see what's happening, and when I get there, bro, I mean, maybe you're inside at that time, I'm coming in late, but the Samaritans that are coming over for the event, I mean, and the way they can't wait to get in there. I mean, that event is not only Anguillians here. It's more than returning Anguillan nationals. It's Martin, there's other Caribbean people too, and they're coming to Angola just for the event, just for that event.
And there you go. But again, if you look at the artists, I mean, this year they're doing Valiant. They had a different genre in the lineup, but if you look at it over the years, the region recycles the artists, but the atmosphere that's created, the event, how you create the event, I mean, there's a demand and fed, the beach, everything, the whole thing about it makes it special.
Yeah, every time.
So persons will come just to be a part of it.
Yeah, to be in
Get
the
away from
part.
St. Martin,
Yeah,
come over
man.
to Anguilla,
Yeah, man.
and, you know, but
Yeah,
it's different.
Yeah, man.
So I think in itself, you know, we have something, and it's not just about the performance. It's
Yeah.
about the whole atmosphere that we try to create.
Mm-hmm.
So if we try to create a positive atmosphere for our events, then it definitely will work.
And another aspect of it as well, the poker run, you mentioned it earlier.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I've been to Sandy Ground for years, going down there looking at poker run, and you know, the setting up of it. Even that was is an experience to be on the bay with the guys with the boats, and you know when I let's be honest, something good. When I saw the BVI guys who brag up, they want to be here in Anguilla. I mean, Tortola have boats and all sorts of poker runs they have,
But they
but
wanna come.
it's a big thing for them to be in Anguilla on that day. They want to be here on that day, you know, to be a part of the experience.
I think what has happened over the years is that we have
Yeah.
inadvertently found some events. When I say that, we just started the events, and some of these events started as fun.
Yes.
And they started as fun, and they started to grow.
Yeah.
And you know, in no time, they become something so unique. Yes.
Yeah.
And another lot of time is spent on, you know, the whole looking at the whole. Take it and mark it to another level. We keep some of the events at our level, at our ground level, and we don't realizing that we have something special. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes that if there's a criticism that I would you know, say to most of the organizers of these events, that we have not gone beyond a certain level, you know, with some of the events, you know. But Poker Run is a good find. Ice White Shot is a good find, and I can't overlook something like the South Valley Community Street
Has
Festival.
grown as well. You know,
That
I
has grown as
saw
well.
that event from inception, from the nucleus stage, and you know, I'm amazed by the growth that that we have experienced in that event in a short time. You know, I've seen people from outside of the village as well, and the returning nationals flock to South Valley on that day for the event, and they all day. They just don't come and go. They stay all day in South Valley for that event as well.
It's an atmosphere that's creative. It's an atmosphere that's creative.
Atmosphere.
And I think it's good, and that's why I think the consistency is important for these events. Keep it consistent, you know, and you know, keep improving on what you're doing, and you know, it just fits in. So it's a natural.
It's a natural thing.
It's a natural thing. So I think, in a nutshell, I think we have something. Is what we do with it and how we bring it to another level. I commend the minister for the move for the commission.
Yes.
They need to get staffing in place now, get everything working good, and I think within a couple of years, you could see an entity that was focused on helping to develop and manage these festivals.
Even at this other stage, you know, and framing it, you know, right now, you're already feeling the effects of that commission. Yeah. There's more form, there's more structure. Yeah. This is the first time I've seen structure. I mean, back in the days of festival, obviously there was structure, but we're back at that stage. There's some structure.
You need it. It's needed. It's needed. It's into a transition process right at the moment, and what makes it harder during this time is the fact that you're planning the summer festival while you're transitioning from.
But you're still seeing the structure.
But the structure is coming together slowly, and I could see that improving. I could see the effects of this going into the Festival del Mar. I could see that going to the Welch's Fest. I could see that going to all the festivals that we have in Anguilla, and that is what you really, really need. Something that will help to guide and support what's happening from the festival standpoint. I think the other area that is really need to look at strongly is our who are we targeting, because sometimes you look at creating the festivals, you're talking about affordability, who's going to come and at what price, cost of accommodation in Anguilla, cost of certain things. So you got to look at these things as you develop festivals, so it's a good thing.
I did some work with Dominica last year on Creole Fest, and I was amazed by what took place there. Those persons from Discovery Dominica, the authority, and the Festival Commission there in Dominica, they have hotel partners with them, carpenter people on their list, who support the Festival Commission, Discovery Dominica. So they're
that's where we have to go. I think. I think, especially for the summer festival, you need to have partners, accommodation partners. You probably want to look at. I mean. So I know some of the smaller ones are basically booked out right now. You want to look at what kind of packages you could get for the summer.
They have
Persons
packages
coming in.
prepared too.
Yeah, they need to have packages coming in. The car rentals are, it's peak time, so you want to work with them. So there's a lot to be done, and you can't overlook the role of tours, the tourist board. You have to have them hand in hand with whatever we're doing. So it's very, very important.
Very important for sure. Very important for guys. So that's for sure, man. So we have it covered, folks, and so we know that the Lansing boat is ready for action. Opening night is prepared to go. We know that is going to happen for sure in a big way. And that night, and I must commend you as well. Last year in the team, what is not happening is that first it used to be fireworks and you're done. But right now you have lots of activity in the village and like a show itself, a real show. In there, live performances, etc.
Yeah.
And the boost.
There's normally the committees is headed by our secretary, Melania, and she will put her team together. She has her own committee that does open the night, and it's more than just speeches. It's speeches, fireworks, some entertainment, and a full package. It allows the vendors to make some funds for the opening as well. So it's all commendable. I mean, the only thing about that is that budgets are always constraints. How much can you spend on what? And it gets a little bit frustrating when you can't go crazy with.
Can't go crazy money. You want to spend big.
I like to go crazy with stuff, but the reality is we have to work within certain constraints. But that's always a full package for opening night.
Yep, Band Clash, and I know this back on Saturday night. There's some persons who missed the international night of the high caliber show. Hopefully next year we can find a way to work with these events as well. But we have to do what we have to do.
Dates. I think. If I would say it would have been a little bit of misunderstanding, miscommunication in the way that things were done. The international night was something that came back, I think it was 2024, 2025, we did it. And we were looking to do it this year, but I mean, based on certain issues, and the promoters decided, we don't want to spend X amount of dollars to jump into an acrimonious type of vibe, and they pull back. So we basically, but this is something that you see, the thing is about dates and putting a schedule together, we could discuss it, but at the end of the day, it's our responsibility to put the dates together, right? And that's what we are here to do, put the package together and understand, have discussions with all entities. But sometimes some of the reasoning behind some of why they want it is just because it has always been done this way, and sometimes that is not enough for me. You want to do this and see that it could work in everybody's interest. So hopefully we'll find a middle ground and we'll make it work.
Yes. I hope so myself, and I hope so for sure, guys. All right, so folks, I'm 20 minutes, 21 now before 1 o'clock in the afternoon time, and so everything is set for Lansing Bowl. Calypso show is set. Juniors are set too. Junior Calypso show. That's
Junior Calypso is set. And I know one of the other issue would have been the Soca Monarch. The Soca Monarch flow is no longer the supporting sponsor for the Soca Monarch. So this year we have had to do some readjustment with that show. So we're gonna. The focus now is in a junior soca. So we do have some contenders for that. And we're hoping to finalize the details on the junior soca. And that will be the same night as the junior calypso. So instead of doing the Soca Monarch like it was in the past, one of the issues we're suffering with that was that you might start off with 10 registered contenders, and by the time you come around to the show, it's about 4. And I think the sponsors themselves it was not in their best interest to continue that level of support, and I think they want to focus elsewhere. So but soca, I think there are a lot of young new soca artists that I'm hearing that coming out, they're releasing tracks, and it's a good thing. We will definitely have to find somewhere to showcase some of this, because you can't just do the music and have it die, in your pockets, really,
Yep, and that's for sure, bro. Here and that. So, and Jubilee Morning, that's always a big one. That's gonna be something else for sure this year again. As always, we have that prime. The pump is being primed for that right now.
What's dates again? And you could say the bands are listening. They're listening. It's good to hear the bands out with songs. I've actually catch on to some of them because they came out a little bit early, and you say, well, okay, that's good. If you're out early, then persons will get used to your songs. So that's a good thing. And what I also like is the fact that they have been doing their own Juve troops.
Oh, yeah,
you know.
man. That's a
You
new
have
thing
you
now.
have the,
New
yeah, the
dimension
Juve thing.
now,
I like
yeah.
that vibe, you know. The Concoction Juve troop. I think HD is doing one. PVI is doing one as well. So it's a nice thing, you know. And they're pushing their own thing, and I love to see that sort of energy, you know. So it's going to be a nice good Juve. But I think the Valley community is also doing a Juve on Saturday morning.
Oh, yeah.
I think the EPG
yeah.
guy used to do
Annual
that.
thing,
They used to do that.
Yeah.
I think the Valley community is taking that over for this year. Yeah. So
Okay,
they're
good.
doing that for this
good.
year. So
Well,
it's a good thing.
It big
So-
over the years. It has grown really over the years, and no doubt it'll be bigger now with the Valley coming on board now.
Yeah.
But last year I saw that it was massive last year.
Yeah.
In a big way around the block. They went around the road and come around here, and it was exciting, really, truly. I recall that being the case. Well, we are in good shape. Yeah.
I want to touch on an area to hammer. I think we over the years we always been giving the police stick for the support. I think last year one of the things I wanted to do was get the support from the police and not be seen as just law enforcement, just seen as the one with the big whip.
Okay.
And I like the fact that they're now getting into meeting with bands. We had a nice meeting with the police, the bands and the truck drivers, and looking at standard operation procedures for the bands, how the trucks should proceed, and the police are working with us hand in hand, so I think it's a good thing. They have also said that they would allow, the troops had issues some time back about coming down the strip and all of that, and they have no problem with allowing these things right now, so I don't know where we get. Maybe sometime in the future we might get back to the last lap and night jam, but again,
I know back in the day we had those,
back in the day we had
the
those,
situation changed so drastically. We had to put a pause on
we
that.
won't push it any further. But basically, we're in a good space, working with the police, and we abide by whatever law and order they put in place. So it's also a good
So things are in place now. It seems the stage is set for kind of about 50 to 52 days, really, to kick off, and all things are in check right now. It seems like we're getting ready for the action. So again, it runs from the 20 July.
I always have to look at my dates because sometimes July 29th is open.
Yes, for sure.
July 29th is open.
It's
And
open
it
right,
go,
yes,
it's a write down.
Right down from there for sure.
Yeah, it's
And,
champions.
onto those days. And so all things are in place now. Folks will be a part of it. And of course, the sponsors are there too. And
we can do it more.
I heard so well ago.
We can do it more. We can do it more. The corporate entities, we can always do with support. I think what I would like to hear, if they're not supporting, sometimes I like to hear why. Because the why, allows you to start, looking at yourself, really. Why would they not want to support what you're doing? The Summer Festival is an economic driver for the island. So we want everybody to be a part of it. So the why is always important for me. But for this year, it's about building relationships for me, and speaking to the sponsors, even if you can't, I understand. But sometimes I want to know why you would not want to support it. So but we can take as much sponsorship as
some more for sure. Take some more. Okay, and will St. Martin, you hear that? Even those in the diaspora can support as well. Get on board, whether boat racing or carnival, come on board, folks, and support in the big way. They need some more sponsors for sure to help us to really and truly to make this a grand. It will be grander, but even bigger and better really than the previous years for sure. So it's Angola for the summer.
Angola for summer.
For summer, that's for sure, and be a part of the happenings there, man. So anything else, Ricky, that you maybe miss on?
I think we covered. We have, as I said, we have a number of different events. The Juve is good. The boat racing, that's good. Well, what can you say about boat racing? Eyes wide shut. The Calypso is coming together. The parade is there. Poker Run, Leeward Islands. Well, Leeward Islands, that doesn't come until after all of the carnivals are complete. But we want to push that some more. Then you have the Champion boat race, and you have a Splash Tree, which is another event, private event.
A cooler fete too, right?
And we have a cooler fete the week before. The week before Wasted Cooler Fete. We have the Wet Fete event. So you have a full package of activities too.
Happening there. All right. Now, what about, I know this will be early days yet, and this is the new thing we're doing in the commission now, but what I've come to realize, Brother Briggy, is that persons who visit Anguilla, even our returning nationals, they want to take back, I mean,
Souvenirs.
Yes.
Yes.
So some Anguilla Summer Festival should have some of those
Yeah.
too.
We-
because
we-
bands have some T-shirts here.
Right.
They
We want to do some merchandise. And again, the whole passport concept is not just it's a raffle to drive traffic to the events, but it's also a souvenir piece that persons could have and own. So that in itself, buy one that's a souvenir.
Okay.
But I totally support exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, man.
One of the issues that we have in starting up something like this is that you don't have a commercial piece, and you want to have these things come in and set up and distributed at different locations, so you want to have that whole thing, and then
Well,
you
maybe
start.
not. Maybe the Atlanta Bowl. Maybe you want
Yeah.
to buy just purchase
Yeah,
the
well,
t-shirts and,
I totally support you.
Yeah.
But I said commercial space. Okay, if you look at, you're gonna need staffing, the whole management of these things, because it can't be random. It gotta be something in order, set up in such a way. Right now we're looking to have other persons employed with the commission.
Yeah.
We're looking some volunteers at least for this year to start things off and going. But as you go with that, I know we're right now putting together packages, some bags, some tote bags when you get your passport, that would be
Yes.
one thing. You basically get a package. Looking at some shirts as well. But sometimes you need that startup capital, that is separate and apart from your operating capital to make sure you could have these things in place. When you're private sector, you could take the risk. You could probably buy some stuff and say, "Well, let me take the risk." But I don't think when you're doing it at the level that we are in terms of how it was before. I mean, going forward, I think we should be able to do that. Yeah.
That's important for sure, guys. All right, for brother, well, folks, just about 11 now before 1. Brother Briggy, I want to thank you for coming in, and you'll be back quite frequently because we have to update. We keep updating, have to keep promoting this showpiece event. I think it's a great one for Anguilla, and the carnival is a lot more than just a frolic and fun. It's a major driver for the economy around this time of year, which is traditionally a slow period of time. It's very important that we have our numbers up really to carry us over until a little longer over in the slow period.
And let me take this opportunity to I personally, on a personal note, offer my condolences to the family of Brother Lee. One of our cultural icons that passed away. I just want to take this opportunity to do that. And I also want to commend you, on your station for carrying the whole carnival spirit.
Yeah,
I mean, we need all entities on board, but I think you have continued to to blaze a fire for the summer festival, and I think it's always good, and we just want to thank you for that.
Okay, Brother Briggy, thank you, man. All the best,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, peace, man. All the best, man. Take care. All right. Remember, brother, peace, man. Brother Briggy, there for you folks. Prince Reverend Tomlinson, and he's Summer Festival chair, and you heard him here today on the program talking about the happenings, man, around Carnival, for sure. 52 that's coming up it gets underway in earnest. July 29th, the opening night, really, a fireworks display, and it runs from there down until the 9th of August, right? So make plans to be in Anguilla for a carnival this year, folks, and come on down, be a part of us. It is, in fact, Anguilla's premier cultural event, Summer Festival. Come on down here and be a part of it, man. Boat racing, food and drinks and galore, people, good vibes for sure. Yeah, the beach parties, the August Monday, Tuesday morning, the vet fed, the works, man. It's a great festival. Come on down, have some fun, be with us for this year's Summer Festival, man. You are guaranteed to love it. So I know for sure I won't have to do much urging and prodding to get the Anguillans overseas to come home, because over the years I've seen you in your numbers, and that's one thing I'm proud of, to see our people. It doesn't matter where they are in the world, North America, England, Europe, wherever, they find a significant number of persons find themselves home for Summer Festival. I have to welcome that, and every year one friend of mine in particular, Fonzo, out of Blowing Point, he's a police officer in the USA. He's a top cop, actually, a big cop, one of the high-profile, high-ranking officers. Every year I see Fonzo in Anguilla, and I know Fonzo will be home, God's willing, this year for Carnival again. Every year I meet Fonzo in the Water Swamp area somewhere on the road, and so he takes his vacation from the United States around that time of year to be home for August Monday every year, bro. And there's so many other Anguillans that does the very same thing. So I want to pick you guys up on time, and that's for sure. And we're getting ready for Carnival, that's for sure, guys. And of course, we here in Class FM, we are definitely a part of your Carnival celebration. So, folks, I want to end it here now on today's program, and thank you for being here. Also, to let you know that the Rita Kelly Primary School, their Kidspreneur Fair is on the way. I have an assignment there, so I'm going to get myself together for that too. Should have been there since morning. Kidspreneurs on the way there, too, folks, and they have to support our young people. It's very important that you support them. What they're doing up there around Anguilla with youngsters and being introduced to business from a very early age, we here on Class FM support that 1,000%. I believe going forward in Anguilla's life, Anguilla's journey, youngsters who are now plying the little trades, trying to hone their skills, will be, some of those will become major businessmen and women. They will be major players in Anguilla's economy, and we want to be a part of helping to nurture and to graft and nurture that young talent in our country, Anguilla. I understand it from inception in terms of the mission, what it means. We have to promote Anguillans. We have to support Anguillans. We have to ensure that Anguillans encourage them to be greater. We have to ensure that Anguillans have a meaningful stake within the economy of Anguilla. That's very important. That's what it should be for all of us, to ensure that our youngsters make us even prouder, that they propel us to higher heights within the grand scheme of things. So, folks, so stop by Rita Kelly today, support the youngsters, support the Kidspreneur, and let them know that we sent you from Class FM. So at some point, a bit before I get to my other assignments, I need to pop by there for a few minutes and just deal with the kids, because I told them from earlier this morning that today's Thursday, but I'll try my best. I'm going to try to get there and see what we can do for youngsters, because, man, you have to encourage them. You have to show support to our young people. They are the future of the land. So peace and love, folks. You hold the spot. Also, don't forget, South Valley Community presents a big event, and that walkathon is happening this Saturday, coming, God's willing. So it's a big event. I will be in South Valley with my people, really and truly. I'm from South Valley, folks, and I'm a South Valleyan, that's for real. And we have to support our people and what they're doing, and they're doing things that are constructive, okay? So they're doing constructive things. So I want to tell you right now, I want to say right now that you have to support our young people and these societies, these communities, man, and because what they're doing, youngsters right now, they're helping to move the needle in the right direction for us, really. It speaks to the future development of Anguilla. So, South Valley, these youngsters from South Valley, they're putting on a big event. Youngsters who just came around, those guys are young, they're very young, and I ask you to support them in a big way for sure, all right? So, peace and love. Hold the spot.
The South Valley Community Club presents a walkathon and a workout session on Saturday, June 20th, starting at 5:30 a.m. at the Almond Tree in South Valley, next to Lansing Bowl Cultural Center. Yes, be a part of this walkathon and workout session. Breakfast will be served from 7:30 to 10 a.m. The breakfast menu includes saltfish, Johnny cakes, boiled eggs, fried plantain, stew hot dogs, garden salad, and bush tea. Mark down the date, Saturday, June 20th. It's the South Valley Community Club presenting a walkathon and a walkout session. Be active, eat well, live better, and remember, we are stronger and healthier together. See you there.
Get ready for the backers. Get ready for the backers, baby. Position for the backers. Hey, position for the backers, yeah. I said you read it.
Anguilla, get ready for big excitement. The 6th annual Albert E. Hughes Memorial Boat Race will take place on Sunday, June 21st, 2026 at Connors Park, starting at 12:30 p.m. until. The race sets off from Meads Bay at 1:45 p.m., travels through Blown Point, and finishes with a huge beach party at Connors Park. Fast boats, big energy. Will the undefeated Greyhounds hold on to their crown and remind everyone who really run these waters? The pressure is rising as captains and crews clash for pure bragging rights. Cash prizes will be awarded to the top 5 boats. First prize, $1,200 US, proudly sponsored by Sharky's Restaurant. But that's not all. Thanks to Curtis Love and Securian Real Estate, a bonus prize of $1,200 US, an additional $1,500 US, sponsored by Luxurious Four Seasons Resort and Anguilla is also up for grabs, making the stakes even higher. Second prize, 1,000 US, sponsored by Jerry Taxi and Tours, and a bonus prize of 500 US, sponsored by Franklin Hodge. Third prize, 800 US, sponsored by Best Taxi Kerry Harrigan, Raymond Victorine USVI, and a bonus prize of 300 US, sponsored by Elfrida Hughes. Fourth prize, 600 US, sponsored by Quintessence Hotel. Fifth prize, 500 US, sponsored by Ming Supermarket. 5 beautiful trophies will be awarded and sponsored by your favorite band, USVI. Constellation prizes of 350 US will be awarded to all other participating boats, sponsored by Millhouse Cafe, Straw Hat Restaurant, Avon Connor, Winberg Limo Services, and Encore Lounge and Restaurant USVI. The stakes keep rising. More prizes, more excitement. The first boat to sail downwind from Mees Bay, foot of the land in the first lap, will claim